And we're back. Hello, sis.
Good morning.
Morning, family. Lesson 197. It can be but my gratitude I earn.
Are you sure?
It can be but my gratitude I earn.
I hate that but.
I know you do. It can be only my gratitude I earn. How's that?
Oh, what a relief. Oh, what a difference a word makes.
Out with the but.
Out with the but. That's
All
it.
right.
I've had enough but. It can be only my gratitude I earn.
That's right. Well, let's find out what that means, shall we?
What does that mean?
Here is the second step we take to free your mind from the belief in outside force pitted against your own. You make attempts at kindness and forgiveness, yet you turn them back, yet you turn them to attack again unless you find external gratitude and lavish thanks.
What does that mean?
Oh my gosh. Well-meaning in our intentions, we attempt to forgive a brother, and yet if we're not receiving the platitudes and recognition that we so deserve for our forgiveness, we withdraw it quickly. It's a bait. It's
Right.
not true. It's not genuine. It still has conditions on it. And if somebody doesn't give us the kudos that we think we deserve, snap it back.
Wow.
Oh, so good.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
And this is a good point. When I'm teaching or talking about the 7 keys of authentic relating, a common pitfall that people engage in is they look at these 7 keys and they start employing them with their friends and family. And what they're not realizing, it's the ego that's employing it. And so they think, well, I'm going to show up vulnerable and transparent. And, you know, when my mother or my daughter doesn't respond that way, well, this doesn't work. And you have to laugh because it's like the vulnerability was gone. It was the ego saying, well, I'm going to use this to make them change. No, it's about us. It's the gift of allowing ourselves to show up in our authenticity. Yeah, that happens so often until we get it. But in the beginning, it's an ego trying to extract something from somebody else. Okay. I digress.
Oh, very good. No, this is good, sis. Something else is coming in. Two things coming in from different directions. So I'm a bit. Okay. All right.
Write it down.
No, there's something happening here. Okay. One thing I will say for those who've recently joined us and haven't done all of the lessons from the beginning, down in the show more box or the description box on YouTube, we have a long list of very helpful resources. In there are the 7
keys of authentic relating.
They're in there. They're in there. Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to say that. And so there's something else is coming up, but I think I might try and hold it until later.
Okay. Yeah. We'll jump in. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
Your gifts must be received with honor, lest they be withdrawn. And so you think God's gifts are loans at best, at worst, deceptions, which would cheat you of defenses to ensure that when he strikes, he will not fail to kill.
You mean God?
Yeah.
You got laugh.
Killer God. I'm sorry.
Killer God.
There's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, because we don't understand God and his perfect gifts because all of our gifts are given with attachments and conditions before they're not, right? That's the way the ego gives. It's always conditional. So how do we trust this, that God's gifts are not conditional? How easily are God and guilt confused by those who know not what their thoughts can do? Deny your strength, and weakness must become salvation to you. See yourself as bound, and bars become your home. Nor will you leave the prison house or claim your strength until guilt and salvation are not seen as one, and freedom and salvation are perceived as joined with strength beside them, to be sought and claimed and found and fully recognized. The world must thank you when you offer it release from your illusions. Yet your thanks belong to you as well, for its release can only mirror yours. Whoa. The world's release can only mirror yours.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's again, there's the proof that there's no private salvation. There's no personal one waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your gratitude is all your gifts require, that they be the lasting offerings, a thankful heart released from hell forever. Of a thankful heart released from hell forever. Is it this you would undo by taking back your gifts because they were not honored? It is you who honor them and give them fitting thanks, for it is you who have received the gifts.
So
yeah,
I'm wondering if right here and now I should share the story. I'll try to be brief. I don't know how to do that, but because personal experience is very helpful to many.
Very.
Yeah.
All of us.
I don't like going back into the past, but not because it just, how can I say, I don't live in the past anymore, but it came to me twice. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's the only proper use of the past.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The teaching,
yes,
innocence that we are now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I might just include this little story that happened. God, I don't know when it happened. Maybe many years ago in this lifetime. Mm-hmm. I had a partner, and his name was Lee. Mm-hmm. And we were in a very, very difficult phase of our relationship at the time. I was a Course in Miracles student, but I was still, what's the word for it? I was still vacillating between the two, love and fear, specialness and holiness. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I was still a fence sitter, totally a fence sitter. And I had chosen Lee, not consciously, but unconsciously, because he had zero interest in the Course or any spiritual pathway, and was very, very body focused and very prideful. So, you know, he really was a wonderful challenge for me, for the ego, you know, as a forgiveness opportunity in many respects. Beautiful heart, lovely person, but, you know, it was a challenge for me at the time, back then. And what happened is, in the situation that we were in, he was very challenged because we had to move. I won't go into the details, okay? He was out of his comfort zone. His ego was out of its comfort zone. He didn't have a job. And one of his greatest idols in the dream was, of course, the pride of being a worker and, you know, of having that status. Right. So that was taken off him. And he became very rapidly abusive, emotionally abusive. And, of course, I saw that that was coming from him. And what was happening there is, then I thought, well, okay, I'm going to be a really good Course student. I'm going to try and change him. So I bought a pile of A Course in Miracles related, you know, audio tapes and videos from Ken Wapnick and God knows what else, and gave them to him as a gift.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It was big of me, Sid. It was big of me. You know
It
what I mean?
was. It was.
Right?
So
I
loving.
put everything into that.
Yes.
Everything into helping him change.
It's the least you could do.
Okay. Do you know what the reaction was? Thank you for laughing.
I have to. Oh, geez, I'm too close.
He flew off the friggin' handle majorly.
No. You don't say. Why?
The shit hit the fan like you wouldn't believe. And it was all out of tank. And do you know how I responded?
Offended?
That's an understatement.
Unfairly treated?
That's an understatement. Sorry, your jaw's hurting from laughing.
Yeah.
Well, I flew back at him and reminded him of everything I'd done for him.
Oh, yeah.
I was the spiritual superior here.
Right. Give him the kitchen sink. Give him that gift.
Geez, I gave him everything. Yeah. Oh, that spiritual pride. My God. So that was that. And then we end up having a terrible fallout, like a major fallout. And we were in a foreign country at the time. Oh. So it was divorce stuff, right? That's what it was. And he took off, didn't say where he was going or anything like that. And the following morning when I awoke alone, and I was in the pits of hell because I grabbed my Course in Miracles and was banging it on the ground, just going, this is shit. If I could have burnt it, I would have burnt it, right? I'm just being honest.
That's great.
I mean, most of us will go through something like that. But I went to such a low place from that experience that on my knees, I sobbed my guts out and yelled out to Holy Spirit and just said, Holy Spirit, I've done everything I can to save this relationship, and this guy's still acting out. What do I do? And I really was like, I just put my heart on the floor out there. And then I heard a booming voice. And it came back and it said, there is no Lee. Well, that just smacked me to another universe.
Yeah.
And in that it was like a holographic statement. If there is no Lee, I got it. I got it. If there is no Lee, my God, that means all of this is coming from me. Right. All of it. So okay. I got it.
So
I got it. Right.
Can we unpack that just a little bit? Because I remember when I first met you and you told the story, I was like, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. What do you mean there is no Lee? Like he doesn't exist, or what's happening? You guys, there's an expression in the mind of God, and the one that we know as Lee represents that individuated expression. But the way that Nouk was seeing him and relating to him and listening to the words coming out of his mouth, she literally called in this brother to play out a role, an unhealed role for her in the present. And so that Lee, that character, does not exist. So the way that she related, saw, spoke, judged, that, that's not the Son of God. Okay. All right.
That's very helpful. Thank you for that explanation. Yeah. Okay. So the projection of this Lee character was all in my mind.
Right. Okay.
And so I got it. Like really, really got it. And in that moment, I sobbed with such great remorse for having projected that character onto the
Yes.
Son of God.
Yes.
I mean, I just sobbed it. And in that, forgiveness occurred. And from that point, he changed. I never spoke to him about that experience at the time. He was not interested. But he changed because I lifted the veil that I had imposed upon him.
And that's the meaning of the forgiveness. Holy Spirit, help me to forgive myself for using Lee, right, to attack myself and separate from the memory of my holiness, of what I am. I'm literally using this relationship with this person as the interference to focus on, to play out ancient hurts, to role play, so that I'm never at peace long enough to hear the voice for God in my mind. This is that keeping the split mind, the dark from the light. Yeah. Wow, sis. And so because you're not requiring him at gunpoint, basically, to read a script.
That's right.
He's off the cross.
Off the cross. And then the Christ came forward in him.
Yeah.
Like dazzling, brilliant, right? Was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aww.
I just hope that might be helpful for somebody.
Of course it is. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Every brother is lovely. And we could see it and experience it if we desire it. Without exception.
Thank you for feeling it, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just brings you to your knees in gratitude. Thank you. That's the truth. That's when we really want to see that, really, really, that's what we want to see, regardless of what the ego is projecting, then we'll see nothing else.
Right. And in seeing our brother as they are, he says, then we are able to accept that we are that also. We get to see we accept that we are the Christ when we behold the face of Christ in our brother. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
And the fear of God disappears. It has to in that moment.
Okay. Thank you. Returning, lesson 197, paragraph 4.
It does not matter if another thinks your gifts are unworthy. Your gifts unworthy. In his mind, there is a part that joins with yours in thanking you. That's the Christ. It does not matter if your gifts seem lost and ineffectual. They are received where they are given. In your gratitude, are they accepted universally and thankfully acknowledged by the heart of God himself. And would you take them back when he has gratefully accepted them? Well, so beautifully written. God blesses every gift you give to him, and every gift is given him because it can be given only to yourself. And what belongs to God must be his own. Yet you will never realize his gifts as sure, eternal, changeless, limitless, forever giving out, extending love and adding to your never-ending joy while you forgive, but to attack again.
Okay.
Do you need to flesh that out, sis?
Will you read that last sentence and then let's just real quick.
What last sentence?
There's a withdraw the gifts you give, and you will think that what is given you has been withdrawn.
Okay, that's in the next paragraph here in the FFE version. But
Okay.
Okay.
So there we go. It's like we will never realize that God's gifts are sure, eternal, changeless, limitless, forever giving out, extending love and adding to your never-ending joy while you forgive but to attack again, which is meaning giving conditionally. So we won't know the nature of God's gifts. This world has no idea what perfect gifts are. But we can learn that here in the dream and extend the way that God does, right? And I think that back to paragraph 4, I think it's really important. It doesn't matter how a brother seems to respond to our gifts, because there is a part in his mind that does know what you have offered, and it is received by the Christ in him or her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are received where they are given. Yeah.
So what I have learned is that if I give, like genuinely give,
yes,
then it's the Christ that gives.
That's right.
Now, because it's the Christ that gives, one of the laws of God, God's laws, is that the Christ must receive.
Yes, because there's one of us here.
Exactly. Thank you.
And that's why it's but our own gratitude that we earn when we're grateful for a brother, the truth in a brother. Anyway, it's just percolating. Go ahead.
Good. Paragraph 6 here. But learn to let forgiveness take away the sins you think you see outside yourself. And you can never think the gifts of God are lent but for a little while, before he snatches them away again in death. For death will have no meaning for you then. Thank God.
Yeah.
And with the end of this belief is fear forever over. Thank yourself for this, your holy self, for he is grateful only unto God, and he gives thanks for you unto himself. To everyone who lives will Christ yet come, for everyone must live and move in him. His being in his Father is secure, because their will is one. Their gratitude to all they have created has no end, for gratitude remains a part of love. Thanks be to you, the Holy Son of God, for as you were created, you contain all things within yourself, your holy self, and you are still as God created you. Nor can you dim the light of your perfection. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
We cannot dim the light of our perfection, our innocence, changeless innocence. In your heart, the heart of God is laid. He holds you dear because you are himself. All gratitude belongs to you because of what you are. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Give thanks as you receive it. Be you free of all ingratitude to anyone who makes yourself complete. And from this self is no one left outside. Give thanks for all the countless channels which extend this self, the holy self. All that you do is given unto him. All that you think can only be his thoughts, sharing with him the holy thoughts of God. Earn now the gratitude you have denied yourself when you forgot the function God has given you. But never think that he has ever ceased to offer thanks to you. What a beautiful, beautiful lesson. It can be but my gratitude I earn.
Mm. So it can be but myself that I crucify. And it can only be my gratitude I earn. And I love that sentence there about give thanks for all the countless channels which extend this self. That's the reason for these lessons. That's the truth. Channels for the one self.
That's our beautiful family right here now.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you, sis.
Yeah,
Thanks, family.
Thank you, family. Well, we have a blog recommendation.
2 of them.
We do? Uh-oh.
Oh, no, sorry, just one. So down below again, in the list of resources under show more or description box, we're going to be adding another blog entitled A Powerful Revelation, One Truly Common Purpose, in support of today's lesson. Refers back to oneness. So it's great. Take a deep dive if you're guided to. That's why we present all of these things, just to enrich our experience as we travel together. It's there for you if you'd like. And if it's not a ping, don't worry about that either. We're just grateful to have you here. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. And that'll be right at the top.
Right at the top of the list. Yeah. Anytime we mention something new, it's going to be at the top of the list, so you don't have to go fishing for it. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.